everyone, it's Becca from Becca Books and Bujo, and welcome to June's Bujo Briefing. I am so behind on my bullet journal and my reading journal. Now that we are home for the summer with 2 kids and a newborn, I do not have time to update these like I did. And there's one example of how I don't have time because Mabel is sitting right next to me saying hello. Anyway, we're gonna see what we can get done today in today's video. I have to update my everyday journal. Definitely have to put some books into my reading journal for books that I've completed in June. And we might even start a new journal because I am running out of pages in my everyday journal. So let's just get started. As per usual, I start with my everyday journal, and I've really kind of pared down what I need in my journal. I don't have that many colors going on, and it's just very simple. I always start with my 25 in 2025 goals, and I don't have probably much to update here. I did complete my 100 books for the year already, which seems crazy.
With my phone. I gotta see what's on my phone.
Oh yeah, you see what's on your phone. I don't think I can update much on the 25 in 2025. I am working on losing my baby weight, and so I guess I can fill in these. I had put the dates of when I reached a certain milestone, but I hadn't colored anything yet. And I think that's probably it. I have not planned my YouTube videos in a long time. It's all just been in my brain, and so I need to write it all out. I did do a house tour on June 11th. I'm also in the middle of my Pack It or Pass It series, so those videos have been coming out every Sunday. This Bujo briefing will come out this day. I realize I need to do the mid-year freakout tag at some point. That might be a video upcoming, but just I need my mid-year freakout. I need to do my pile of possibilities for July. And then I am going to be daily vlogging. In July. Don't mind this iPhone 5 or whatever that my daughter's playing with. Also, we'll have to do June wrap up and June in and out. So those are the videos that need to get slotted in within the next few weeks, couple of weeks. I'm not gonna have enough spots on just Wednesdays or Sundays, so you're probably gonna get some extra videos from me coming up. So exciting, so exciting. All right, let's jump ahead to June. Here we are. I didn't even do a opening page or like a...
Which page are we on?
I'll show you. I didn't do a, what's this called, cover page for the month. I just started right off with the calendar. Here are the trackers, and the last time I looked at this was June 7th. It is currently June 17th, so I haven't looked at my journal in 10 days. Oofta. You can tell because my brain is so scattered. So I'm going to fill these out to the best of my ability. I will probably just do it quietly and come back and update you if there's anything to update on. Okay, I figured that while I'm coloring, I can update you a little bit on how habits and cleaning and everything is going in the month of June. So, as far as habits go, I have not been working out super great. We've been doing terribly with walking the dogs. I am keeping up with listening to my podcasts. This is just checking in with our budget. I do that pretty regularly, at least on the weekdays, if I can keep track of what the weekdays are. I've been posting pretty well on Patreon and definitely been working on YouTube like crazy, especially with the Pack It or Pass It series. I've been reading a lot. I've been posting on Instagram pretty well. Definitely listening to books. These next 2 columns are for our kids sleeping. So just to brag a little bit, Sylvia has been doing really great. This is the number of hours that her longest stretch is in the nighttime. And so recently she's been having a few 7-hour stretches. She did a 6. And then every once in a while it's just down to 3 or 4. But she's been doing really well. The kids have been doing really well going to sleep. I think because we've just been tiring them out. We are trying to drop Maple's nap too. And so they have been going to bed really well. And then this last column is for when I go to bed. And usually I'm in bed by 10:30, depending on what Sylvia needs for the night. But yeah, that's just tracking for when I get into bed. So yeah, doing actually much better than I thought I would be doing when I haven't really paid attention to this. And same goes for cleaning. Now, with cleaning, we have been getting our house ready to sell. Or actually, I mean, it was on the market. And the key word there is was, because last night we accepted an offer and we're very, very pleased. We are excited to be out of this like in-between phase, because now we can for sure pack and know when we're moving, and we're very, very excited. It is bittersweet to be leaving this community that we have found here, but we're excited to start in our new place. And yeah, things just worked out really well. I think our house was on the market for 18 days. So that feels pretty good that we got it done fairly quickly. And I am excited for the new family that's going to be living here. So that is good news, but we have been keeping up with the house staying clean because we've had 2 open houses. We've had 3 different showings, I think. And so we just have definitely needed to maintain the cleanliness of our house, the tidiness of our house. And it feels really good to have a clean house. This is something that I've chatted with my husband about. We want to continue having a clean house. And so it's not like we're going to give up on it completely, but it is nice to know that we're not going to just have random people walking through our house on any day because we have sold. We've accepted an offer, at least. So what I'm doing here is I'm coloring in the health habits that I accomplished. So it's a goal of mine to sleep more than 6.5 hours. Does that happen with a newborn? Not really, but with her getting some longer stretches, it's starting to. It's a goal to get more than 20 minutes of exercise. I am not doing super great on that. This is for the amount of steps. I've been trying to get over 6,000, and I definitely have been doing that more regularly, probably because I'm chasing around kiddos all summer. So it's been good. And then this is for screen time. My screen time numbers are super high because when I sit and feed Sylvia for about a half hour, 8 times a day or 7 times a day, I am looking at my phone to stay awake, basically, especially in the middle of the night. So screen time has been pretty high. It's a goal of mine to keep it under 6 hours. That's very high, I know, but I have been doing better now toward the middle of the month. All right, so that's where we're at with our trackers. My poor reading tracker is definitely losing steam. I have read a lot more books than this, so let's update it, shall we? Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins, the 3rd in the Hunger Games series. I have been reading all month. It's my physical book. I pick up a physical book before bed, which means I fall asleep while I read it. So I am still reading that. I have about 5 pages left, like literally 6, I think. And I'm gonna finish it after I film this video, hopefully. We'll see. But then I need to move on to other books because I have been reading Mockingjay for far too long. I did read All the Missing Girls. I think I read it in 3 days. I buddy read that with a friend, Stephanie. And so I don't even know how to mark this off because I don't think I tracked. Usually I kept progress, like of how far I made it every day. That's what I usually do with this tracker, but because I haven't updated this daily, I'm very behind. Another book I read or listened to was Disney High by Ashley Spencer. A fun, nostalgic read. I listened to that one in 2 days time. So again, I might just like estimate, you know, like a third for the 3 days that I listened to All the Missing Girls. And same with Disney High. I might just, actually I do remember it was like 54% that I made it through in the first day. So we'll call that good. Oops, and look at that. Can you see that? I made that bar too short, but does it really matter? No, it doesn't. Okay, so I just always like to do this to track progress, even though I also like track it digitally on Goodreads. It's just my type A, maybe a little OCD brain. Maybe. Black, we're guessing here, and then that should be further, but it's okay. Have you read any great books this month? I would say my best was Expiration Dates by Rebecca Searle. That was a big surprise. But I've also really enjoyed my reread of The Hunger Games series. I do not remember much of Mockingjay, so I've been really enjoying that in preparation for the prequels because I will be reading Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes next, and then reading Sunrise on the Reaping for the first time. Very pumped for that. Okay, so I finished those at some point. Over here, I can't mark off anything on my TBR. So I used to have one spread be a week. Like I'd have like my events for the week listed. Here, I can show you an example. Here's the events, and then here's the tasks that I needed to do. But I realized that that is not really necessary, especially when I'm not looking at my bullet journal every day. So I just make a daily to-do list when I'm actually looking at my journal. The last time I looked was Sunday, June 8th, which is pretty sad. But we are going to use a different color now to just demarcate a new week, even though I completely missed last week. So today is Tuesday, June 17th. There we go. And on today's to-do list, I always do like our events first. And as far as activities today, we have a library event tonight at 6 o'clock. We're going to see a reptile guy. So I'm just going to put reptile show. Mainly for the kids, but I'm sure we'll think it's fun. Last week we went to a yo-yo show and the kids loved it. They have talked about it nonstop. Obviously I need to film and edit. And then what else do I want to do today? There's always packing to be done. I might want to write my new slips for my TBR jar. I haven't added any of my books that I bought in 2025 to the TBR jar. And that's something fun and easy I can do while I'm watching TV or something at night with Willie. So we'll maybe do that. But that might be it as far as what needs to get done today. I've been checking Discord every once in a while and our signups for Deck of TBR-thon because that video went live today. If you want to have a fun readathon or participate in a fun readathon in July, I encourage you to check out Deck of TBR-thon, hosted by me and my best friend Chloe from Always Booked. So yes, I am like almost full in this journal, and that's why I have this bad boy. We can kind of unbox it together. I decided to go bright and blue and pink. It's the Aqua A5 dotted Scribbles That Matter journal. I just really love Scribbles That Matter. I get the 120 GSM just because I don't use a lot of like markers and, you know, extra stuff on my pages. So we've got a little bookmark here, stuff about Scribbles That Matter, surprise, who knows what that is. But yeah, we need to start setting this up because I don't have enough pages in my current journal. I don't know if I'll do that now or maybe toward the end. But again, while I'm in this new stage of my life of staying home and, oh, look at my nails match perfectly. Anyway, staying home and being a little scatterbrained, and in summer mode, I don't need as much in my journal. And so I'm actually thinking maybe July could fit in here too, because it's really just the calendar, the trackers, and then reading, but daily to-dos. And this might last me. Like this might be it for daily to-dos for June. And so I could start July here and have the calendar, the habits and other trackers, reading trackers, and then a list. So actually, I am gonna keep July in here. I'm happy I have this at the ready, but the longer I can stay in one journal and the more I can use up, the better I will feel. So I'm gonna keep this for now. Sorry, I teased the new journal setup and it's not happening, but stay tuned. Anyway, we will set my daily journal aside and bring out the beauty, the reading journal. Let's zoom out a little. I want you to be able to see the whole thing. So I can't even remember the last book I put in here. So let's check it out. Again, we've got my goals. Oh, I could fill in that I finished my 100 book challenge. Nuts that I finished it in the month of May, but we'll see how many books I can get done now in the year. Here are how the bookshelves are turning out. Here's June. It looks like I have 5 books updated, and I think I've read 7. I'm gonna get my spreadsheet out just to be sure. Yes, 7 is correct. So the title I need to put in here is Deep End by Ellie Hazelwood. And usually I forget to put in the title. So that means I did put Deep End in this journal. We can double check, but yep, there it is. I didn't do the synopsis yet, but I did include it in the monthly pages, and that means I put it in the yearly trackers up here too. So the other 2 titles I need to put on here are All the Missing Girls by Megan Miranda and Disney High by Ashley Spencer. So let's draw those books. All the Missing Girls was an all right mystery. I don't know if I will try Megan Miranda again after that. It really, I don't know, I didn't like how the story was told. It was told in like a backwards way, and I didn't like that. It made me super confused. And then I just didn't, I don't know, I didn't think it was a very believable mystery thriller. So that one got 2.5 stars from me, which if you look at my little tip out here, tip in, whatever, it'll be this dark brown color. I don't give many books 2 stars. As you can see, there's not a lot of dark brown. And then Disney High, I gave 4 stars. It was good. It was fun for the nostalgia. But also not like a new favorite or anything. So, where is that? Light brown. All right, and again, I will come back and write the titles just so that ink doesn't bleed. Here is the reading and review tracker. So I need to put All the Missing Girls and Disney High. All the Missing Girls and Disney High were both audiobooks. They were both written by female authors. There was LGBTQ plus rep in Disney High, but I don't think so in All the Missing Girls. I gave All the Missing Girls 2.5 stars and Disney High 4 stars. Disney High was a nonfiction and All the Missing Girls was a mystery. And then the years that these were published, All the Missing Girls was 2016 and Disney High was 2024. They were both adult books. All right, so that's how we do that little tracker. Can't fill out June here. I don't have any DNFs to add. Don't have anything to update on my book club trackers. Series tracker, nothing here. I did just want to let you know I caught up on Spy Family in June. I also caught up in Finley Donovan in June. So 2 more series I can add to my completed or caught up on list. Here's the Goodreads tracker, which I should be at 111 books. This is all making sense. My system works. So 110 was All the Missing Girls, which is a mystery, so I colored in with this mild liner. And 111 was Disney High, so a nonfiction is Brown. And if you were a Disney Channel watcher like Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, Lizzie McGuire, Even Stevens, Hannah Montana, you should check out Disney High. It is such a fun book. And brings back the memories for sure. Oh, you guys, I'm so excited for my TBR. It's going down like crazy with my Pack It or Pass It series, and it's just, yeah, this is super fun. I don't know what my numbers are at right now. I think it's like 250 something. So we're really making progress. Here we have a self-destruct book I can mark off. All the Missing Girls was a self-destruct book. Glad to get that one complete. That means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 self-destruct books left to read before November. So we've got time. I've really been failing on the buzzword challenge. I also don't have any book of the months to add. All the Missing Girls and Disney High do not fit into my A to Z challenge. I'm only missing J and Y, which is good. And then I have made some great progress on my series takedown challenge, which is hosted by Rainy Blue Reads. I am only marking off a series once I've completed it. So I've completed a lot of series. I have this little bingo board that flips up and it tells me what series I've counted on here. So all good things. All right, let's hop ahead to June. Here it is. Wow, I don't even know how to update this calendar because I've been so behind. Well, I know that this dot up here was for Mockingjay. So how this works, I put a dot on the day that I start a book, and then a line goes through all the days that I've read it, and then I end the book with just a little bar like this. Focus. Maybe. You can kind of see it. I'm sorry. Horrible blurriness. But a bar marks the end. And if for any reason I would DNF a book, I would put a little X. So, I know that this book, Mockingjay, was started on the 1st, and I'm going to finish it today. So, I might as well do that. I finished Disney High yesterday, but when did I start Disney High? And when did I read All the Missing Girls? Because I'm confused. Deep End I finished on the 7th, which means I likely started All the Missing Girls on the 7th. Let me see what I can find. I usually don't update Goodreads until the day after, so it looks like I started All the Missing Girls on the 8th and completed it on the 11th. So it did take me 4 days. Oh well, my tracker and my daily journal is gonna be wrong. Okay, so that was the 6th book, and then I think I took a break on audiobooks for a while because I was listening to first chapters for my Pack It or Pass It try chapter thing. So I don't think I started Disney High until I finished it yesterday. But when did I start it? The 14th? I think that makes sense because I started it when we were cleaning for our open house, which was on the 14th. So that makes sense. That was the 7th book I finished this month. So now that we have that, nothing to update here as far as Deck of TBR because I still have A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness and Spark of the Everflame to read. Those are both physical reads, and that's why I have been reading Mockingjay for far too long. Okay, and down here is where I put some stats about the books I read. So book 6 was All the Missing Girls. It's by Megan Miranda. How many pages was that? I gotta grab the book. Looks like it was 368. But I also listened to it, and so I put the time listened, which was 10:05. And I usually listen at 2 times the speed, so I didn't spend 10 hours listening, more like 5 hours. We'll put 4 days listened, and my rating was a 2.5. I had always wanted to try this author, so that's how I'll put that I discovered it. And book 7 was Disney High by Ashley Spencer. This book was 336 pages, and that's just by Goodreads because I didn't actually have the physical book. I listened to it, and it was 10 hours and 51 minutes of listening. Took me 3 days. Oh, so my tracker's wrong again. Anyway, whatever. Or actually, I maybe just didn't update Goodreads. You guys, it's all subjective. Okay. I gave that one 4 stars, and I heard about that one from Megan from Books with Meg. Is that her channel? Meg with Books. Oh well. We'll do Meg with, we'll put a little arrow. Meg with Books. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. That's all to put here. Mockingjay will be my 8th book, so I guess we could just fill that in for the fun of it. Mockingjay. By Suzanne Collins. Okay, and then here's where I write reviews and then put any quotes that I want to remember or make note of. So just excuse me while I do some writing and gluing in of book covers. Just a note, if you don't want any spoilers, don't read these. Alright, so I don't have a picture for Disney High, but I used a different book to figure out how much space I'd need. Alrighty, I think that's it. I still haven't done the stats page for May or the stats page for April. So that's how May turned out. I read 14 books in May. Here were some of the reviews. Need stats page for May, and then here's June. So, I love my journal. It's so fun. I gotta make sure I get in here more regularly so that I'm not so behind and feeling all scattered. I'm just gonna put the titles in here.
No, I have to find you. Okay? You want me to count to 15? 1, 2, 3,
And that's a wrap on my journals for June. Again, let me know if you've read any great books in June, and what are you looking forward to in July? For us, it's moving. We will likely be moving either the last week or the second to last week in July, so wish us luck. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye!